Do you know what I'm tired of? Self-help that feels like a warm hug and then changes absolutely nothing. Like you read the books, highlight the page, post the quote, whisper, wow, that's so true. And then Monday hits and you're back to the same stress, the same habits, the same income level, the same, why am I like this? That's not personal growth. That's emotional entertainment. And today I'm going to show you why feel-good advice keeps you stuck and what actually creates real change without needing to become a monk, a robot, or a motivational poster. Hi, I'm Cordalo, a neuro coach, and I work with salespeople and high performers who look fine on the outside, but inside they're carrying pressure, overthinking, and secretly feeling like they're one bad day away from spiraling, tongue twist. And if that's you, this video is going to feel personal in a good way. Quick action though. If you've ever consumed self-help and still felt stuck, tap the like button so the algorithm stops hiding the good stuff from you, and comment soggy biscuit if you ever felt motivated for 5 minutes. Then nothing changed. Yes, we are keeping it classy today. Here's the first truth. Feel-good advice gives you the reward of progress without the discomfort of change. It gives you a little dopamine hit from, oh wow, that's me, or that makes so much sense, or I'm going to start fresh tomorrow. Your brain goes, nice, we achieved something. But you didn't. You got insight, not integration. You got awareness, not rewiring. You got a story about change without the biology of change. And high performers fall for this hard because it looks productive. It sounds smart. It feels like you're doing the work. But it's like reading a cookbook and wondering why you're still hungry. I've had clients who can explain emotional intelligence better than a therapist. They can quote 5 books, 3 podcasts, 2 TED Talks, but they still avoid the hard conversation, procrastinate the one task that moves money, freeze under pressure, and then shame themselves afterwards. So what do? They go back to more content. It's not because they aren't learning from their mistakes. It's because content feels safe. Action feels risky. You heard it. Follow your dreams. Just believe in yourself. Stay positive, my child. Raise your vibration. Okay, cute. But what if your nervous system hears that and goes, that's unsafe, that's risky, that's embarrassment, that's failure, that's rejection. Then your body literally drags you back to what is familiar. So you don't need more inspiration. You need safety in your system. Because the truth is, your nervous system doesn't care about your vision board. It cares about your survival, your safety. And here's the core problem. Most self-help tries to upgrade your life without upgrading your identity. And identity isn't just a mindset thing. Identity lives in your habits, your self-talk, your stress response, your ability to handle pressure, what you tolerate, what you believe in, what you believe you deserve. So if your identity is still, I always mess up, I'm behind, money is hard, if I'm seen, I'll be judged, if I relax, I'll lose everything, then feel-good advice becomes a motivational band-aid on top of a nervous system that's screaming on the inside. By the way, if you want more content that's simple, real, and actually usable, hit that subscribe button, because I don't do rah-rah motivation. Yeah, let's call it what it is. A lot of self-help content is basically mental Netflix. It gives you the feeling of progress without the comfort of changing your behavior. Most high performers absolutely love it because it lets them stay productive while avoiding the scary stuff. And here's what emotional entertainment looks like. You feel inspired. You don't do the uncomfortable action. You understand your patterns, but you still repeat them. You know your triggers, but you still spiral when they hit. You say, I'm working on myself, but nothing outside you changes. It's a vibe, not a rewrite. Now, let me explain something that changes everything. When your stress is high, you don't become logical. You become more protective. Your system shifts out of optimal functioning. In other words, you can't function the way you usually do. And you start operating from a survival level response. And that's where people get stuck. So self-help tells you, do more habits, think positive, work harder. But your body is like, bro, we're drowning here. When you're in that middle to top zone, the unsafe zone, you don't need better quotes. You need downshifting, safety signals, and small action proofs that builds confidence. Because your brain learns through proof, not interest. Let me hit you with a quick question. What's one area where you keep consuming advice, but you're not actually taking action? Is it money, confidence, career moves, your health, relationships, maybe even boundaries? Comment proof if you're ready to stop collecting quotes and start collecting results. And yes, I do read the comments. I'm nosy like that. All right, so here's the fix. Not motivation, not vibes, a system. Step 1, regulate your nervous system for 2 minutes. Before you try to change your life, signal safety. Try this right now. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds and then exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. Drop your shoulders, relax your jaw, feel your feet flat on the ground. Do that 3 times. You're not trying to feel amazing. You're teaching your body we are safe enough to grow. Step 2, upgrade your identity. Make use of one identity sentence. Your identity sentence is something that you can repeat every time you do this exercise. So pick one line that your nervous system can tolerate, like, I'm becoming someone who follows through. I can handle discomfort without quitting. I'm safe being seen. I don't abandon myself under pressure. Not flaky, not fake, believable. Step 3, proof action or a micro move. Now do one action so small your brain can't argue. Send that email, make that call, ask one question, open the laptop and write the sentence, write the script, write the book. Do 5 minutes of the task you've been avoiding. Proof teaches your brain faster than inspiration ever will. If you're sitting there thinking, okay, this is literally me, I'm smart, I'm capable, but I keep looping, cool. That's exactly what I help with. I've got a free session as the starting point, and then my system is structured in phases depending on what you need. For example, phase 1, mental clarity and emotional reset. Phase 2, financial flow and abundance mindset. And then phase 3, the self-image evolution. Also, if you're not ready for one-on-one coaching yet, I run a weekly stress and frustration release group session for clearing the small stuff before it becomes too big to handle later on. Because a small leak can sink a ship. Everything in the description down below. So let me leave you with this. Most self-help is designed to make you feel better. But real growth is designed to make you be different. And that's a nervous system job. That's an identity job. That's a proof job. So if you've been stuck, you're not broken. You're just using content as comfort. Now you know the difference. And if you want, we'll build the proof together. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be seeing you in the next video. Cheers.